Maria Peterson has structured her entire campaign around women's choice. As you can see, it's the only exclamatory statement on her campaign signs. But there's something very odd about this. In 2019, the Reproductive Health Act passed in Illinois, which repealed the Partial Birth Abortion Act and denied an unborn baby all human status, which effectively lifted all limitations on when a baby can be terminated. The Reproductive Health Act also made abortion centers the one and only place where surgery is performed and which requires no health inspection whatsoever. And in 2017, House Bill 40 lifted any restrictions which prevented the state of Illinois from using your tax dollars to pay for abortions, which are now free even for non-Illinois residents. These laws have made abortion in Illinois cost-free, limitation-free, and regulation-free. So again, why is Maria Peterson running her entire campaign on women's choice? This would be like a Midwestern politician running their entire campaign on water shortage concerns when every Midwestern resident receives an abundant supply of fresh water from the Great Lakes. Why would anyone do that? Unless there was another reason. Candidates like Maria Peterson have been convincing their supporters that abortion rights in states like Illinois are hanging on by a shoestring, when in fact the opposite is true. Not only have they been misled in this way, but clearly her supporters don't even know how the abortion laws in Illinois actually work.
Currently in Illinois, abortion is legal all the way up to the 9 months of pregnancy. What's your thoughts on that? Do you have an opinion on that? That's the current law.
If a woman needs an abortion, she should be able to get it.
Now, what about even like at the 8th, the final, the 40th week? What's your thought? That's legal in Illinois.
Well, it depends. I didn't realize it was legal in Illinois. I thought Illinois only went to like 24,
no,
26
it's 40 weeks. 40 weeks.
The baby is dead.
Yeah.
Why in the body?
What would you say, just your opinion, like, so even a late-term abortion at the final, the 39th week, would you be okay with that? Your opinion. It's legal.
We're just trying to ask the question. We have no opinion.
We're neutral. You know that doesn't exist.
You don't have to yell at me. I'm just asking.
Question. You know it doesn't exist, and you're playing into the narrative.
Would there be any limit on it in your opinion?
This is close to our
heart.
What's wrong with Roe?
Okay.
No limits.
We are here for reproductive
even late
rights.
term is okay with you?
Yes,
okay.
absolutely.
It looks like abortion's legal up through all 40 weeks of the pregnancy. Do you have an opinion on that? Would there be any cutoff in your mind on that at all?
To me, no.
So even at the last moment, would you say, in your opinion?
In my opinion, yes, because there are medical health reasons. I don't think there should be a cutoff.
Okay. Now, are you a mom?
No, I'm not.
Okay. We were just curious because I've got 2 little boys right now, and we lost a third one. So even, you've thought about this, I'm sure. That's why you're here today. Even at that, even a full baby or a baby with a heartbeat, you would say it should still be legal to have the abortion, in your opinion.
It's a woman's choice. If it had a full heartbeat, what about if the mother is ready to die?
Okay.
Because of others.
Yeah. No, assuming she's not ready. Assuming the mother's life's not at stake. We're saying an elective abortion just from choice. The baby's got a beating heart. The baby does actually feel pain from what we can tell. That's what the neuroscientists are telling us. Do you have an opinion on that? Would that bother you at all, in your opinion?
Right now it's legal too, so I would say go for it.
Now, in Illinois, we also found that in 2017, House Bill 40 allowed abortions to be paid for using tax dollars from Illinois citizens. Do you think abortion should be free for Illinois citizens no matter what?
Personally, I do.
Okay.
It'll help women.
Okay. So even though, so you consider abortion the right to terminate the child an absolute right. Now, what about for women who don't live in Illinois? Because some have been actually traveling across state lines as Roe has been overturned. Do you think a woman in Missouri should be able to have a free abortion in Illinois?
I don't think that's possible.
It is possible, currently. We did our research on that. No, we did a little research before we came out today. So currently, the current laws from 2017 allow taxes to cover the abortions for Illinois women. Do you think that should be the case? Should that be free for women?
Do they cover vasectomies?
They do not. They do cover abortion though, for free. It's copay free, tax free.
Where?
Okay. Now currently, I know you're for women's health. Now, so under the RHA in 2019, the abortion facilities are no longer allowed to be inspected for health inspection. Now, that seems to not run alongside with women's rights and care for women. Do you have an opinion on that? Do you have trouble with the fact that abortion clinics have no health inspections whatsoever?
I don't think that's true.
It is true. It's in the RHA. It passed in 2019.
It changed in 2019.
It passed on May 31st, 2019. There's no health inspections at the abortion centers. Absolutely not.
I don't think that's correct.
I encourage you to look it up. You don't have to believe me, but...
I'll get a source for that.
Yeah, okay. I encourage you to look that up.
Did you know that in 2019, when the Reproductive Health Act was passed, they took away the inspections of these facilities? How do you feel, though, about having abortion facilities inspected by like a health inspector to make sure that it's clean and safe for women?
Once again, we're here today for women's reproductive rights. We're not going to answer any specific questions. We believe women have the voice to choose what's best for their body.
This is about health care.
It's health care.
Well,
I just want to
think
know.
that's what she meant. We found that in 2019, they stopped doing health inspections on the abortion centers from the Reproductive Health Act. Do you have a thought on that? Because you're right. You care about women's health. I can see that you care about that, or you wouldn't be here. But they're not inspecting them anymore. There have been a couple of ambulance calls. Do you have an opinion on that? Does that concern you?
What about other medical centers? What about any surgery center? Are they inspecting those?
Particularly the abortion centers, the RHA
Well, I'm
took
asking
those
about
out.
other healthcare centers. Are they inspecting that?
Yes, but the RHA specifically took them out of the abortion facility.
Yeah, because most of them have to go through inspections to be certified. So
No longer
I'm
though.
not.
No longer though. They stopped doing that in 2019. We were just wondering what your opinion is on that, because you say that you support women's health, but I would think you'd want those rigorous inspections on these facilities, right?
Every and any inspection.
That's not currently the case though, so you know.
Okay, fine.
It's not.
When you look behind the scenes at what they're doing, again, it is just a way to lock women out. They make trumped up rules for these abortion facilities that don't apply to anything else.
Ironically, the group that is most at risk is the very group that candidates like Maria Peterson claim they care the most about. Guess who has the most to gain? Weak men who can now use women for their own purposes and then hand in their get an abortion free card. Now, I already know that candidates like Maria Peterson are going to diminish my accusation that their support for the Reproductive Health Act is putting women at risk. But there's a problem. We have the receipts. Almost nobody noticed that a rather prominent abortion clinic in Chicago closed for about 1 month this past September due to a rather shocking complaint to the Illinois Health Department. Had there been no complaint, there'd have been no closure. A complaint was filed on August 2nd of 2022 with the Illinois Department of Health regarding the American Women's Medical Center abortion clinic in Chicago. We know that the complaint was related to post-procedure infection and that the clinic was out of compliance. The complaint prompted an inspection and showed that the clinic failed to adhere to effective infection control procedures with regard to vaginal ultrasound equipment. Also, the clinic failed to adequately demonstrate an effective sterilization program, placing all ultrasound patients at serious risk of infection. The incident was serious enough to suspend all procedures at this clinic and now forced the Illinois Department of Health to regularly surveil the facility. Do you really think this is the only Illinois abortion center operating with a guaranteed stream of cash flow funded by Illinois taxpayers that isn't following even the most basic safety protocols? The Pro-Life Action League of Chicago highlights a 911 call that occurred in 2020 at the LaSalle Street Planned Parenthood in Chicago regarding hemorrhaging of a client at this location. This clinic, believe it or not, had never been inspected up to this point. In 2012, a woman reportedly bled for 5.5 hours at this location and died shortly after that while being transported to a local hospital. This was the 15th medical emergency in just 28 months, just at this location. In 2015, the Associated Press reported a suburban Chicago clinic was promoting abortions with no license at all. They were cited for utilizing dusty equipment and having had no supervising registered nurse and failure to perform CPR on a patient who eventually died. And these are just a few of countless similar instances, all of which occurred prior to the passage of the Reproductive Health Act, which eliminated all inspections from abortion clinics in Illinois. You see, friends, candidates like Maria Peterson have attempted to make pregnant women appear as victims for their own purposes, to win elections. These same foolish evildoers attack the Pregnancy Center Network of Illinois, which actually helps moms get what they need. They're even willing to go so far as to allow life-threatening surgical procedures to go quietly unchecked. Who are the victims? Over 40,000 healthy babies in Illinois die a painful and torturous death each year because of Illinois' abortion laws. The moms and dads who will eventually regret their grave error. And of course, you and I, who are forced to pay for this crime against humanity. Now, I have a homework assignment for you. Everyone has one, if not several, friends, family, or coworkers who will support candidates like Maria Peterson. Will you show them this video? You never know. You just might wake someone up. What we do know for sure is that all evil needs to go on is for good men and women to do nothing. Take the risk. God bless you.